So today I'm going to be showing you how to create a letter R in vector ink. Now, as you all know, I'm going to be changing my background to black. I like using this background because it gives me more balance when creating anything in vector ink or in Adobe Illustrator. So let's head on to what we are doing today. Now I'm just going to change the color of my stroke here to white so that it's going to be visible. Now I'm just going to duplicate this, drag it to this side. Now what I'm doing here is that I'm creating a grid line, basically a guideline for my letter. Now I'm going to duplicate this as well and bring it to this side. So what I'm going to be creating is an extended letter R. Now I'm just going to do this here, round it up to this side, and then extend this to this side. So we have a perfect grid here. Now I'm just going to bring it to the middle here, to the center rather. Now I'm just going to duplicate this and bring this to the middle here so that we can form our letter R. Let's do that again. Duplicate this and make sure it's positioned at the middle. Now we have it at the middle, or we are just going to be making a little bit of an adjustment here. So instead of highlighting, I'm just going to use my select multiple tool, bring it here, and then yes, let's try to adjust it again. Vectoring can be tricky sometimes. You just have to be patient. Now we have it in the middle. So what I'm just going to do is that I'm going to be creating another layer. So we are going to be using this layer later. Now let's just use this. And then I'm going to come to my shape builder tool. I'm going to come to this shape builder option here. Under this result, you are going to find replace, replace none, replace stop, and cutout. So what we are going to be using here is replace none. What we are going to do here is that we are going to be mapping out the letter here without actually touching these lines that we've created. And now I'm going to come to my join mode, zoom in, and bring out what I want here. So I'm just going to be doing it randomly so that once I'm done selecting what I'm going to select, I'm going to be cleaning out the ones I don't want. Now let's just use the erasing tool, erase this part because we are working on letter R. So I like using this method. Why? Because it's easier for me. Instead of focusing on one thing for the whole time. So instead of just focusing, I'm just going to use this method. So I'm just going to be erasing these parts. Yeah, we have it. So this is what I'm going to do. Come back to this transform. Now you see when you change the color, it's not going to take out your lines. So I'm just going to come back here again, highlight this side and turn it to black. Now I'm just going to subtract the black from the white. Now it has been subtracted. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to come here, copy on this, delete this. Now that new layer that we created at the top, we are just going to come back to this menu and paste it so that we can have separate layers. And now what I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to reduce the stroke opacity. Let's see. Come back to your second layer again. Yes, because we'll be needing these lines here. Now I'm just going to bring out the R. So I'm just going to come to this rectangle tool, zoom in like this, and then rotate this so that I can trace it like this, and then come here. Let's bring it down. So I'm just going to take away this stroke and then make the color black. So I'm just going to bring it to the middle here. Let me reduce it again. Nice. So now I'm just going to highlight this and subtract. Then come to my corner tool. I'm just going to do this like this. Then this one also will maintain this grid here. And then as for this, or we'll make it like this, and we make this like this also. Make sure it is aligned with the other one. Here we have it. So I'm just going to be bringing this like this, and we have letter R here. Now I'm just going to adjust these parts. Now we have letter R here. You can decide to make any other letter. Now that we have our letter R, we can bring this here, and then we can decide to make letter A. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to come back here, unlock this, come back here, duplicate it, and then come back to my shape builder tool. So instead of using, since we duplicated it, there's no need for using replace none. This time around we are going to be using replace all. So I'm just going to come back to my join mode. Now we are working on A. And then reduce this part like this. Now we have our A. You can now use this. Do the same thing for this. Now you can keep going on like this. You can say, let me create, let's first of all subtract this, duplicate. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to take this out using my shape builder tool. Change the color to white. Duplicate this, bring it here. So just bring this here. Make sure this stroke is out. And then I'm just going to extend this part here. So I'm just going to rotate. Then you can now unite. Now you have a very simple letter here. Let's copy this, delete, and then come to paste it here. So we just designed a very simple letter mark using shapes. So now you can delete these grid lines we've created. And then you can just use this for, you can use it for your logo, stuff like that. Let's make it fancy by adding, let's say, trademark. Let's use TM. All right, so that's just it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, share, and comment. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. and see you in another video.